dozens of these prophets of the Lord because they irritate me, and I'm going to get rid of them, that Obadiah knows before most people knows, and he's able to save dozens and dozens of prophets because of the inside knowledge that God has placed him there. How do you know which way? This is going to be very unsatisfying for you. I don't know. You better ask your master. I don't know for you. I hardly know for me, but I know who we need to ask. Jesus, what do you want me in this case? And it's no good to say, yeah, but Jesus, what about John? You said, I'm going to have Peter's like, I got to get murdered. What about John? Don't worry about him. You follow me. I got a different plan for him than for this person. So ask Jesus, what do you want? Do you need me to be the martyr? Or do you need me to run? Do you need me to hide my baby? Do you need me to do something that looks like it's driven by fear? It's not really. God, by faith-filled wisdom, I want to do what you want me to do. What do you want me to do? And I promise you, Jesus is not absent in the moments when your heart is saying, I really don't know, but I want to be faithful. Jesus shows up and he will speak. One of my favorite verses, Philippians 2, 12 and 13. But I always skip over the part that kind of struck me as I was preparing this message. It says, work out your salvation with fear and trembling, for it is God who works in you to will and to act in order to fulfill his good purpose. I love that because it's, hey, we do something, we act, but it's actually God who's working in us. It's God's work within us, and I love the combination. But what does it say at the beginning? Work out your salvation with fear and trembling. And there's probably multiple things that might mean, but one of the things I think it means is that when I've got this combination of faith and fear, I have to work out my salvation by asking God, what do you want me to do? And God, whatever it is, to be a martyr or to subvert evil from the inside out. Back in Egypt, but God shows up in his fears, in his doubts, in the wilderness, and God speaks to him from this burning bush. By the way, it says it's not the bush that speaks. It says the angel of the Lord in the burning bush speaks. It's not an angel, it's the angel. It's the pre-incarnate Christ who's speaking to Moses. That's why our text in Hebrews says that Moses has faith in Christ. Well, Jesus hasn't been born yet. How can that happen? Pre-incarnate, he's already speaking to him. What is Jesus saying to Moses? I've heard my people's cry. I got the greatest rescue plan ever, and I'm going to use you. And now here's where the new doubts come. Doubts about our identity. Because Moses at this point may be so beaten down, and he's like, I can't see how God could possibly use me. And he puts it in this phrase. God says, so now go. I'm sending you to Pharaoh to bring my people, the Israelites, out of Egypt. Moses said to God, and this is the key question, who am I? You actually sang about it not too long ago. Who am I? Who am I that you would use me? Who am I that I should go to Pharaoh and bring the Israelites out? He's asking the identity question, which says that a lot of our doubts are hinged to this. They're connected to this. If I don't know who I am, then any time that God speaks into my life, my first response is pretty much going to be, who am I? Who am I to do that? I think God is saying you're asking the right question, but you're going to try to answer it in the wrong way generally. Who am I that I should go? Moses could say, I'm not really sure who I am. I mean, I'm Hebrew.